Happy Harvest Supermoon in Aries. Yay. So we finally have some fire. So what is coming up this full moon, this supermoon? So firstly, with it being a supermoon, it's going to be extra bright, extra potent, extra. I mean, it's Aries. So this year has been a year of letting go, of completing cycles, of closing out things that are outdated and no longer aligned. And I felt like a bit of a broken record because yes, the full moon itself is generally about letting go and, release, things like that. But the last few months have been really intensely about that letting go, about that release, because in order to create space for the newness, for your authentic light to really shine through, we need to clear the way. We need to clear the clutter, clear the stuff that is impacting the direct connection to yourself. A lot of that involves trauma healing. A lot of that involves working through your stuff and how you have been utilizing coping mechanisms, your perceptions, your self-concept and identity. That is like one of some of the biggest parts of this that is so important. And so, we're in this space where, yes, of course, there's still release energies because that's always a part of it. But with the energies that are incoming now with this Aries, and there's other planetary things supporting this as well, we are in a space of finally having a fire under our butt to move forward, to do something with this, to really hone in on what our alignment is. What is, or I guess what are we really wanting to step into? Who are we wanting to be? What are we wanting to embody? And what are the intentions behind all of those things? And does all of that actually align with what you're wanting to do? One of the many things that I'm seeing come through these different energies and, the Akashic records are bringing forward at this time is the importance of showing up for oneself. And know that when you show up for yourself, you show up for others, because that's the best way to do it. When you can show up authentically as yourself, knowing, who you are, what you're bringing forward, and feeling good in the intentions that you are living actively in your life, when your communication, when your actions, when your life supports your desires, your dreams, your goals, everything that you're heading to, and your soul purpose, what better way of living is there? And it's just such an important time for you to really just come home to you, understand who you are and what you are really bringing forward. And so some of you might be saying, Angel, I have no idea. I don't have any of those answers. The amazing thing is you don't necessarily have to. You can, and if you do, that's amazing. Some of you are going to have more clarity than others just because of, X, Y, and Z reasons. But if you are still feeling lost in all of this, and even if you're not, this is going to be helpful for you too. But choose you. That is how you move forward. You choosing you. And in you choosing you, you choose life, you choose love, you choose forward momentum, whatever. And so what does that look like? What are some practices that can actually support you in you choosing yourself? First and foremost, nature. It's maybe cliche, but go outside and hug a tree, go outside, smell a flower, just be outside in the fresh air, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. It's more than you were doing before. If you're in that space. But anyway, nature is innately healing. Nature is cyclic, especially with the women and women's cycles and things like that. If you have one, you are going to be in tune with nature in ways that others might not be. And I'm not saying that, those who don't have a cycle aren't in tune with nature. I'm just saying that the women's cycle and nature are hand in hand. Okay, that's what I'm meaning. And it is so important for so many of us to actually go outside and just be outside. No expectations, you don't have to do anything, but just be. And in that, you're going to even find clarity that comes through that. You're going to have those at least few minutes of peace, of just allowing yourself to be in a space that is innately healing. So there's that. Other ways you can show up for yourself: really evaluating your self-concept. For confirmation. And 1, 2, 3 on the clock. So it's forward momentum. I love the confirmations. So what is self-concept? Self-concept is how you think, how you feel, how you perceive yourself. Is that positive? Is that negative? Is it maybe, a mix of both, of course, because, we're all light and dark. So, there's bound to be some things. But what is your innate response to the question of, do you feel worthy? Do you feel like you're enough? Do you feel like you're doing enough? All of these questions are going to help you in knowing, because if you have an immediate, yucky response, or you feel like you're not performing to whatever standard you feel like you need to be performing at, it's a great time to reevaluate your self-concept, because how you perceive yourself is how you allow yourself to be. And if you're stuck in these cycles of I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, I'm blah, 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 overgiving, overdoing, then it's just going to keep moving in that direction. And that's going to be what you're communicating with the universe. And when you've got all these potent energies here to support you, it's time to take advantage of it. It's time to stop beating yourself up to the pulp so that you don't move forward, so that you don't choose you. It's time to end these cycles, and that's a big part of what all this release has been about. And so, if any of this is resonating, or anything else that I've ever done has resonated with you, Radiant Realignment is here to support you. It is a monthly thing that I do with the full moons, because it is so important for us to get back in tune with our cycles. Not just the, physical body cycles, but nature, the cyclic beauty of nature. Because when we attune to that, we open ourselves up to so much more than we realize. These Radiant Realignment sessions are for clarity. They are for the things that you have been seeking, for everything that you've been wanting to come to you, because your higher self is directly involved in this experience. It's a remote healing where I bring in the Akash, your higher self. You can also, bring in other family members, loved ones, kiddos, pets, whatever feels aligned for you to bring through as well. And it's a beautiful time to show up for you. With it being a remote healing, there's no live call, so there's no thing that you have to do other than watch a recording if you so choose. You don't even have to if you don't want to. I would recommend it because it's fun, but because your higher self's going through it, so you are going to receive it no matter what. But you having that physical experience with the recording can be really helpful. And so there's this beautiful Akashic activation that I walk you through, oracle cards where I tap into the Akash and the oracle combinations that I love to play with, and journaling. There's journal prompts to support the integration and the forward movement. It's just an amazing opportunity. And the barrier to entry is really low. And there's really not one if you are, really ready to invest in yourself. I keep it very low price because I don't want there to be that barrier. So allow yourself to choose you in this. And then to wrap all this up, I pulled a card. The ocean, the unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it. We cannot manage it or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature, yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life and land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. This is that time for change. This is that time for that forward movement, for you to finally choose yourself. And in choosing yourself, you are aligning with your soul, you are aligning with your soul purpose, and you are moving forward in the direction that you are meant to. You are a light, you are a joy. Allow yourself to radiant. Be radiant in that, is what I meant to say. Love you.